When I was a kid, maybe I was around 8 years old, there was a river near my house. And I remember the day when I picked up the hammer. I went there and I was trying to hit the rocks that were paved the river. And suddenly one stone opened and I see something sparkle inside. It was not a gemstone, I thought it was a gold. I was excited, my heart started to beat faster. I brought this stone to home and I started to read books with beautiful pictures. You can find this shop with books in the exit and the G floor. Such kind of book I had in my home. And I realized that it was not a gold, it was pyrite, the fool's gold. So I didn't want to be a fool. And when I finished university on a geological faculty, I came to the laboratory and I thought, now I'm a well-educated person, I can do everything good. But I realized I don't know anything and I have to study from the beginning. After 3 years, after I was working in laboratory, I came here to the local market in Bangkok to work in Gemstock. And I realized, I thought I'm a gemologist, I already know everything about gems. After 6 years of university, after 3 years in laboratory, but I realized that I don't know anything about the real market, because the real experience you achieve, you receive working here every day. And even after 2 years staying here, I understand that this is just the beginning of a big journey online that we started once, that Ilya started once, and we have an opportunity and honor to work with him and to move forward the whole market. So let me start the presentation. And this is the case. This Paraiba was sold completely online for the customer who we have never met before. For the new customer, she just reached us for the first time online. Alexandra, she brilliantly closed this deal. And the total of this deal was $50,000 plus for this Paraiba from Mozambique. Again, completely online for the new person who we have never met before. This is the recent case from the customer, ruby light set. The total is $60,000 plus. The person is already the third purchasing of the lady that I'm working with. And I also have never met her in person. I have only her picture in WhatsApp chat. We exchange with voice messages, with some texts, but that's all. And every month, such kind of sales happened. And as you can see here, the ruby light, the tanzanite, the mahangi set, one of my favorite stones is this bicolor sapphire from Madagascar, or these beautiful heart-shaped sapphire. These stones were sold completely online, and as you can see, these are not just hundreds of dollars for the stone. These are thousands of dollars per carat. And how do we do this remotely? How do we close these deals? And how do we make customers feel happy after every purchasing? That's what we will talk about. But let me start from the beginning, why it's so challenging to sell gemstones online. Because the market, the gemstone market, is super traditional market. All gentlemen here downstairs who is staying in their booth there, as you can see, there is a father, there is a son, and this business, they pass from one generation to another. And one generation continues to work same way for decades, maybe for hundreds of years. And people don't know how to switch from offline to online. They just don't want. And we know that famous deals that happened on famous auctions in America, in Europe, is just the tip of the iceberg. Because the real deals, because the most profound profits people get behind the doors on the local market in Bangkok, in Hong Kong, on Sri Lanka, and nobody knows about these deals because people bring these stones in plastic bags in their pockets. And I was recently honored to be invited in one Thai family. It was a private meeting, and I saw rubies, top quality rubies over 20 carat size, over 50 carat size Burmese sapphires, and it was totally offline meeting. No pictures, no videos allowed, and that's how the market exists for decades again and for hundreds of years. Why it's difficult for the market to be online? The answer is very simple, because it's super difficult field to understand, especially for the end customers. And on this market, we step online, the Gemstock company. And I believe, as Ilya mentioned, you know the numbers, we do have 1,000 and more visitors, unique visitors every day. We believe we have all rights to share our knowledge, because we achieved the high level of experience selling online. Today we'll talk about 3 tips that you have to pay attention about, that you have to improve to sell your gems properly online. And we will share with you how do we do this and how we apply these tips in our daily work in Gemstock. So let me start from the first tip. And you know, when the market realized that he stepped in digital era, the market realized that it will sell only by pictures. The pictures is easy to take and it's easy to send to the customer. But as Ilya mentioned, we do not see many people on the market who do it a fair way, because the main goal of online picture is to capture the reality and to give this reality to the customer. Recently was a case, our existing customer, he purchased the stone from some Instagram account and he sent it to our office in JDC here in Bangkok, and he tapped me, "Vasya, please could you check this stone, because I bought it with a good price, seems like it's a good deal." And you know, when I saw this stone through the plastic bag, I already realized that it was not so good deal. He told me it is a red spinel of a 4-carat size. It's a really nice deal. But the stone was not so good. It was a dull, it was a brownish, and it was dark. Let me show you the picture. So I asked him, "Why did you buy this stone?" And he sent me this video. He said, the guy sent me this video. As you can see, this video was taken under the sky. The grass as a background, and each stone will look much more beautiful than in the reality. And the danger is, if the customer receives this stone and he is disappointed, he will never come back. Not only that, he will tell other people that your pictures lie. And that's why we develop our own standard of taking pictures of colored gemstones. As you mentioned, there is a gray background, because the gray color does not disturb the color of the stone. It is a soft light, no direct sunlight. It is a ring light, very delicate lighting condition, because the main picture is to show the reality. And that's how we capture the reality, by our standards. And we apply these standards for not only for months, for years. That's how the monthly work in Gemstock looks like. On our floor, on 2nd floor in JDC, you can come there anytime. During the working days, we select the best stones from the market. We do professional videos, pictures, hand tweezers, special brick, and we always talk about any imperfection the stone has, because the customer buys online. They cannot see some features of the stone that are not obvious on the picture, and we have to mention it. That's why our B2B customers prefer to work with us, because this way they respect their customers, and when they receive the selections from us, they can send it to anyone, and anyone will be happy with these pictures, because when our customer receives stones, they always say, "It's much better than on the pictures. It's much more brilliant than on the pictures." And believe me, again, when the customer receives stone and the stone is worse than in the picture, he will never come back, and he will tell others. When customer expects to receive beautiful Paraiba, and when he receives pale one, well, he will disappoint. When customer receives black and inky sapphire instead of beautiful open color sapphire, he will be disappointed. And that's why people don't trust online sales, because there are many cases every day when people are disappointed receiving their stones. That's what we should not do, and that's the standard we apply every day, and changing the market this way. That's how our working space looks like on the 2nd floor in the JDC. My colleague Keo, the member of our team, she's a professional. She knows exactly how to make the picture, because she has a huge experience. She does it every day, and she never lies when she takes picture. She just shows the real stone. She captures the reality. So the tip number 2, the words matters. Now you realize that you cannot take a picture of the stone beautifully. Let's say this, like before, if you use sunlight, now you cannot do this. So how to sell stone if you cannot show it beautiful? Then in the reality, you have to use your words. People, I see here, you stay on this market and you know a lot about gemstones. So you have to share your knowledge in every detail when you talk with the end customer. This is how the standard conversation on this picture with the end customer who just reached us through the website looks like. The lady, she contacted us and she said, I would like to buy the gemstone for my daughter, but I don't know anything about gemstones. I have no experience of buying gemstones online. And it seemed like she said, I don't trust you. So please, I don't trust you yet. Prove whether I should trust you or I should change the supplier. And the only way to prove that you can be trusted is to share your knowledge. And a better way to share your knowledge is to educate the people. And that's another standard that we apply in Gemstock, the presentation. Each stone should be presented for end customer, for B2B customer, the profound way. The standard of presentation is quite simple. We have to describe color, carat weight, origin, treatment, clarity, brilliancy, cut. But just imagine, what do you know about brilliancy? What do you know about cut? What do you know about Paraíba tourmaline as it is? So share all these details with the customer. I will show you an example of presentation that we do usually when we talk about Paraíba tourmaline. So let's start with color. The color of this Paraíba tourmaline, again, don't say, never say the stone is beautiful. You have to buy it because we will never find it in the future. It is not enough. So when you start the presentation of the stone, you have to say that the stone has a signature Paraíba tourmaline color. We expect to see this Paraíba when we trying to find such kind of quality. The color of this Paraíba tourmaline is a mixture of blue and greenish color, and it has neon appearance. What I mean when I say neon appearance, it's literally glows from from inside to outside. And when you come to the theater, when you come to the restaurant or any place with a poor lighting condition, the stone continues to glow. And people will ask you, what is this? Is it Paraíba tourmaline? Where did you buy this? Is it the natural stone? And you will proudly say, yes, it's Paraíba tourmaline. I bought it somewhere, and you will tell the story. And that's the benefit of having stones with neon appearance. Not many stones has this appearance. For example, grossular garnet, Mahangi spinel, Jedi spinel, they have this neon appearance, but we have to underline the stone not has only beautiful color, but it has neon appearance. The second carat weight, well, maybe 95% of all Paraíba on the market that are mined, they are below 1-2 carat size. And we still see some magic boundaries, even in colored gemstone market, like in diamond market, some magic boundaries when we talk about rare material like Burmese rubies, Burmese sapphires, or Paraíba tourmaline. So the material over 7 carat size, over 6 carat size is much rarer than 1, 2, 3 carat stones, especially in such kind of a mixture of top quality characteristics. And that explains why the price 7 carat Paraíba is more than 2 carat size Paraíba. The origin, we have to mention that Brazil does not give any material today. It's already secondary market. The main deposit is Mozambique, but Mozambique, even today, as we know already, the Mozambique, maybe you, the members of the market, you can share your experience about Mozambique, but Mozambique does not produce a lot of new material because of the government restrictions. So the market became secondary again, and Paraíba disappears from the market every day. There are some top quality stones from Nigeria, but it's not enough. The stones disappear every day. Every event like this, the market loses Paraíba and we do not see new stuff. That's why the prices rises dramatically. The treatment, we have to mention that all Paraíba is heat treated. Unheated stones, it's another story, usually Brazilian and another zero on the price tag. The clarity, we should underline that Paraíba is the third type of clarity, and when we talk about emeralds, we do expect to find some inclusions inside. The same story with Paraíba. Is it completely clean? It will be much more expensive, but sometimes inclusions, the way they reflect the light, they help stone to shine more. And we have to check the girdle, because such kind of fragile gems like emeralds, like Paraíba tourmalines, they're very difficult to set in jewelry. And when the prongs touch the girdle, it is very dangerous for the stone to be cracked We observe the whole surface of the stone before presenting for the customer, and we have to underline that we checked it, because the customer, they don't understand how much work we did during the whole selection. We have to talk about this with customers, and we check the clarity not only visually, we always check the dangerous cracks. It is important to tell for the customer. The brilliance, we do not talk too much about brilliance when we talk about Paraíba tourmaline, because we mention a lot about brilliance when we talk about spinels, sapphires, but even this stone, you see, it sparkles all over the surface, and it's benefit to have such kind of good cut. And how about the cut? Not many people know that the standard approach on the local market is to keep the weight. Well, we know about this, but not many customers know that if the carat weight is hidden under the girdle, if the pavilion is heavy, if the crown is high, it's the carat weight that is hidden, and the customer will pay for the hidden stuff. And this stone is perfect because it's well cut, the symmetry, the proportions are well. So now compare this kind of presentation about one stone with by this stone. We will never find similar one. Make a decision. Which one the customer prefer more? Of course, the detailed one. And that's how we win the customers for years. This standard presentation we apply not only for end customer, but for B2B customers, because B2B, they also need some tips to talk with their end customer. And that's why they stay with us. That's why they always come to us to source some gem and to sell some gem to their customers, because our presentation, our approach, our knowledge helps them to sell. And we always give them chance to choose, because even this Paraíba tourmaline, the recent case of selling Paraíba, the customer came, she wanted to buy 7-carat pear shape. We offered her not only 3, 4, we offered her 7 options. So she had a chance to choose between 7 pieces. That's the respect that we do when we talk with the customers. We give them chance to understand the difference with prices. And the tip number 3 is stones live through people. So briefly, it's open your face, because sometimes it's not just a tip. Sometimes it's the main thing that helps people sell online, because people trust people, and sometimes bad pictures, not full presentation can be covered and replaced by the trust that was born through real relationships. And in Gemstock, we brought online presentation, online presence to the highest level. Of course, we have Instagram. Of course, we educate people through Instagram, through the social media. We talk with them in chats. We send them voice messages, videos. And every member of this market should do the same, because the more we share our experience, the real experience, the more transparent the market becomes. The more we open information about the market, the more transparent market becomes, and the easier for us to work with end customer, the trust. People start to trust us, the members of the color gemstone market. And we brought this online presentation to the next level. Last year, maybe it was this year, yes, it was this year, the last spring, we were participating in the exhibition here in Bangkok, and we came without any stone. We brought 2 noise-isolated boxes where we were streaming online since 11 in morning till 6 in evening. Me, Sasha, Kai, Ilya, non-stop, we were talking about gems that our trusted suppliers were bringing us during the whole show, and we were selling online. Believe me, it's not easy to talk about gems 6 hours per day, but we did this because we realized that we have many things to share with customers, and
That's the
why
benefit you will get buying the
his turn.
piece with big face. That's how we call it on Asian market. Let's discuss next piece. So this is also eye clean. There is no inclusion. We do not see any inclusion in this piece. This is the highest level of quality. This is the really gem quality for high end jewelry. The next piece is quite similar, but this is the window I was talking about before.
The stone have very nice luster, medium green color hue. And look over here. The stone is 8 carat, but the appearance of the stone look even bigger. It look like more than 10 to 12 carat stone. Because why? Because the cutting of the stone. Look at this shallow pavilion out here. Look at these beautifully cut stones. Look at the sparkle. Look at the visual effect and flashes which are coming out of these stones. As I said, this particular supplier is famous for his very good cut. He actually takes care of he cares about symmetries. All his stones are well cut. They have a very nice precision cut, and we are happy that we have an opportunity to show you this type of material in life, in real lifetime.
And it is a completely different story when you show your face and you share your passion about the gem online and the customer see your face, he sees your eyes, when you touch the stones, you show them another option. The customer love this approach and they start to trust. That way is 100 times easier to sell gem, and that way we talk not only again with end customers, we talk with our B2B customers. Any of you, you are involved in this colored gemstone market, and many of you maybe maybe live not in Bangkok, you came from Europe, you came from America, and there is no need to wait until such kind of event will happen once per half a year. Our customers works with us during the whole year, and we source and we can find many difficult options through the year, and we share with them with these options this way. We realized that it will be the standard of Gemstock, and we brought this setup to the second floor of GDC Tower. Right now, our office equipped with this online streaming platform. As you can see, we do pay attention on camera, we do pay attention on lighting. Of course, we send to the customer some pictures and videos in tweezers that we took in the daylight or in the soft lighting condition. Let me show you the last example of the sale for one customer who was
I
looking
see
for
some inclusions
6 carat
here. It's like
sapphire.
cloudy inclusions. When I look at the face of this stone, this cloud again reminds me sky, and even this feature, you see? This color bending, this blue stripe reminds me jet plane trail in the sky. I will talk about this feature in terms of price because the price again, it's 30,000 total. I'm staying here on this market in Bangkok over a few years, and I can tell you that this price for unheated sapphire over 8 carat size was almost 9 carat size. It's just a gift from the market.
And this is the best way to build trust online. So right now I was talking about 3 tips. If you invest in your pictures, if you invest in your presentation, and if you invest in your appearance and presence in the social media, the market will become much more transparent, and we do this every day on the highest level. I told you 3 tips that you can improve in your own online sales, but how do we do this as a company who stays on this market more than for decade? And I will show you the website Gemstock. You can also do this. You can find in the Google gemstock.org. Actually, you can find just a sapphire and you will see the link that brings you to our website. Let's check this stone. This is the unheated large yellow sapphire, 13 karat size. I hope you can see the website. You will find all high quality pictures on a neutral background, soft light of any gemstone we put here. As Ilya mentioned, 100 stone every week, and we accelerating, we put more, and all our stones, they still keep this standard of presentation. You can also rotate this stone. Actually, the stone is ready to be sold online. No need to send any additional pictures and photos because you see everything. You even have a certificate from Bellerophon where when you see there is no indications of heating. The sapphire may be called golden. Everything is confirmed by the reputable lab. And you also can chat with us. You can contact us through the WhatsApp. And right now in front of you there are some brochures. You can take them and you can rotate. You will find 3 QR codes. These are phone numbers of our team members, our sales department. So it's not just QRs. This is the access to the power of the market that we provide every day to our customers who are not staying here in Bangkok, and they value our approach and they stay with us. So try. Tap us if you have any order, if you have something in your mind, if you'd like to talk, please scan the QR and you will find our phone numbers. And the most difficult thing to understand when you stay here on the market and you want to source the stone from outside the Bangkok is how to source the right option. And that's what Alexandra will talk about now. How to source the right gem, how to search for gems, how to search the right options, how to how to find the special set. And Alexandra will share with us about our approach of working with 700 trust suppliers. So Alexandra, please